Hello everybody and welcome to Car Confections. Now I'm standing out here in the middle of the night, not just for any vehicle, but this is a very popular vehicle on our channel. This is the all-new 2024 Lexus GX 550, and this all-new body-on-frame SUV certainly has some cool lights at night. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, as always, we'll go ahead and start by what happens when you walk up to the vehicle. Well, unfortunately, there's not a ton that goes on. The vehicle does sense your presence and kind of illuminates under the mirrors, but other than that, that's pretty much going to be the only thing. If we press the unlock button, though, that's where you're going to see the arrowhead daytime running lights go ahead and turn on. The rear lights also turn on, and of course, your puddle lamp also is on to illuminate the ground underneath of you. We also do have some lighting here in the running board itself, so the rear passengers can see where they're putting their feet. But let's go ahead and get into the vehicle. As you can see, when you open up the door, there's a lot of LED lighting inside of there. But before we get into the interior, I want to talk about the really cool exterior lighting. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in and fire it up. So what do you see at nighttime? Well, you're going to see that bold, boxy shape that you see in the daytime. But of course, you're going to have some really cool LED lighting as well. This is a luxury vehicle after all. So we have our spindle grille up here in the front. It's a little tamed down actually for GX duty. And then off to the side, that's where you're going to find these headlights. Now, as you can see, we have the triple beam LED headlight unit. That's actually standard on all versions of the new GX. So I do like that. You have LED low and high beams. They're both going to be in that same unit there. Your LED daytime running light going through here, and your turn signal indicator is down below. All LED, and also, might I add, pretty darn bright. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. As we drop down to this lower area, we're going to have LED fog lamps, and then off to the side, you're also probably noticing this little thing, and that's actually an LED cornering lamp. So as you turn the wheel, that will go ahead and illuminate those corners so you can see really well what you're driving into. Now, as we head around to the side, once again, very boxy shape, we have the 20-inch alloy wheels because this is the Premium Plus trim level, which is actually kind of on the lower end of the GX lineup. As far as your mirrors are concerned, really cool square shape to this. We also do have an LED turn signal indicator on the side here that's nice and bright. It's going to be auto dimming, which is really important for a night review, but it's only auto dimming on the driver's side, so keep that in mind. You're also going to, of course, have blind spot monitoring, power folding, those types of things. As we head around to the side, boxy shape once again takes hold. It's a little under 200 inches long if you're curious, and if you want to know all the details and facts and figures about the GX, of course we do have a daytime review where we really go into the nitty-gritty details of that. Now, as far as the rear design, very squared off, and you are also going to have this really cool light bar across the back. That's really going to be what you notice the most at nighttime. This is a nice LED accented light bar, Lexus branding. And as far as the taillight unit itself, the brake light is LED. It's going to be integrated in this top part. Your turn signal is down below in an amber color scheme, and then you also have a LED reverse light. What's also LED is your license plate lighting, so I like that they haven't cheaped out on that. A lot of manufacturers will do so. Then if we pop the tailgate open, let's see how the lighting is in there. I also want to point out the rear glass does pop independently as well. And then back here, we're going to have pretty good lighting, although I will say it could be a little bit brighter. I wish they had integrated a light up here in the top of the tailgate so it could kind of shine down in this area. They haven't done so, so your only light will be that dome light above the third row. Like I said, if you want to know all the cargo specs and whatnot, you can watch our daytime review. Know as a maximum you have around 90 cubic feet. But let's go ahead and head to the interior and dive into all the cool lighting that you're going to find in there. If you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the inside. Now, when I open up the door and unlock the vehicle, of course, all of the LED dome lighting goes ahead and turns on, so we can definitely see exactly where we're getting into. It makes it nice and bright, although I will say it's not too bright. Some cars are honestly a little bit too bright at night, so I'm happy that this is a good medium. Now, getting in is pretty easy with these fixed running boards. You can also get power running boards as well. Shutting it up, as you can see, we do even have like a little bit of a welcome animation, but let's go ahead and start it up. I want to direct Drew's attention up to the windshield so you can kind of see the headlight animation as you start the vehicle up. So as you can see, the headlights actually kind of bob down and go back up. That's a really cool look. And then also there's some cool animations on the screen itself, as well as the gauge cluster and head-up display. But let's go ahead and transition to a first-person perspective and dive into the details. So as always, going into the first-person perspective, I want to talk about your headlights themselves. Like I said on the outside, triple beams are standard equipment on the GX. That does mean that you have a really good headlight cluster, standard on all models. They seem to be pointed in the right direction. This right here is the low beam that you're looking at. If I press that forward, that is the high beam. We'll go ahead and insert a clip of us driving this on a country road at night so you can really see how effective these headlights are, but I'd say they're quite nice. Overall, I would give them probably a B+ or an A- rating. Not quite the best for luxury vehicles, but I will say it is a very solid headlight unit. The auto high beams also work nicely. Now, you're also probably seeing the head-up display. The head-up display has a lot of cool information in it, as you can see displayed right there. As we come back to the gauge cluster, this is a full digital gauge cluster design. Has some different customizable information. You can even put like your navigation map in the center there. I also found this to be a lot less laggy than other versions of this gauge cluster and other Lexus products. Those lights right there are just infrared. The camera can pick up on it. You can't actually see that in real life. Now, as far as the steering wheel, nicely done. It's going to be power tilt and telescoping, heated as well. All of our buttons are going to be a nice white finish. They kind of look blue on camera, but they're actually a white color scheme, so everything looks nice and classy. You even have this button over here that illuminates. This is for your 360-degree camera system. I'll talk about that more in a second. Over on the left side, all of these buttons are illuminated, as are all of your window switches and mirror controls. While I'm in this area, I want to talk about ambient lighting. So as you can see, there's kind of like a blue haze going through in this area. That's because we have some ambient lighting going on in your door handle and in this area. You can switch several different color schemes as well. It's probably, I'm not exactly sure the number of colors, but it's definitely at least 25 or more different colors you can do, and you can even customize your own color. We also have an ambient lighting strip that goes through by your cup holders as well, and there's an ambient lighting strip in this passenger storage shelf as well as over here on the door trim. So for a luxury SUV that's around 70 grand, I definitely would like to have more ambient lighting. It's not the best, that's for sure. A Genesis, a Mercedes, something like that would definitely do a lot better in the ambient lighting department, but it does have a nice haze in here and kind of illuminates some of those darker crevices. Opening up the center console, we do have some illumination inside of there. It's not a lot, but we do have some illumination up in front of that. If I can get the camera to refocus here. There we go. Now that we've refocused, we have all of our four-wheel drive controls through here. Brake hold, your traditional shifter, which, by the way, is becoming increasingly rare, so I like that it's a traditional setup. Just pull back for a drive, bump to the left for manual shifting. Going into reverse, I want to talk about this. This backup camera is really high resolution. It looks absolutely fantastic. Of course, it's a 360 camera, and it even has a little bit of an invisibility mode if you start to back up. Really quite cool. I like that about this vehicle, and the resolution even at nighttime is absolutely phenomenal. So really gets A+ for the 360 camera even at night. Going back into park, you have an electronic parking brake. Here are your different drive modes. You can also do a lot of your off-roading stuff right through these knobs right here. You can also turn on the 360 camera easily with that button right there. All of your USB ports are also going to be illuminated, so they've done a nice job with that. And as far as your climate controls, those are actually going to be integrated into the screen itself. As you can see, it has a nice red and blue color to it. Really easy to adjust the temperature with these physical controls, even though it is integrated in the screen itself. You have a tri-zone setup for the GX, by the way. As far as the seat controls, you have automatic 3-stage heated and ventilated seats. That's standard on every single GX, surprisingly. Really nice feature. You can also manually take control by just pressing the buttons right through there. Now, as far as the screen is concerned, we do have a really massive 14-inch main infotainment setup. This is a really phenomenal screen. Looks fantastic in the daytime and even better at nighttime. The resolution is phenomenal. Also, performance is really good. I really have no complaints here. It runs wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. As you can see right now, this is the native Lexus infotainment system. You have built-in navigation. You can also, do music and stuff like that. Now, as we head up, we do have an auto-dimming interior mirror. That's pretty important for a night review. After all, HomeLink remotes. You can also get a rear camera mirror. It's not on this particular tester, though. Heading up to the moonroof, we do have a standard size setup. You can even get a panoramic moonroof if you prefer, but this is probably what most people are going to end up with in the GX lineup. But let's go ahead and check out the back seats. I also want to point out this blue paint color. I believe it's called Nightfall Mica. Absolutely looks fantastic here at night. And then if we open up the door, once again, the rear is going to be nicely illuminated thanks to those big dome lights there in the center. You also have them up in the front and in the third row itself, all LED. So you can really see where you're going. Let's go ahead and hop back here. And when we shut up the door, you will also see that we have the ambient lighting here in the second row as well. So I do like that they haven't cheaped out on that. Here's your full interior view at nighttime. So as you can see, you do have some of those nice ambient lights through there, but overall it's pretty dark inside this cabin. As far as in the center here, we have our own temperature adjustment, so we can easily do that there. Fan speed, and you even have your 3-stage heated rear seats. Those are also standard on most of the models. Down below, we do also have some USB ports, and they are going to be lighted. You do have to just take the cap off before it illuminates, though. We also have some fold-down cup holders in the center armrest area. I'll go ahead and turn the light on here so you can kind of see that a little bit. These lights can also be manually turned on at any time with just that button right there. Getting into the third row is pretty easy. You just press that little lever there. The seat's going to tumble out of the way. That's kind of a glimpse of what your third row looks like. Like I said, if you want to know all the details, go watch our daytime review of it. It's a decent third row, but as far as lighting, that dome light is pretty much going to be it. So overall, when it comes to interior lighting in this GX, I have to say it's not bad. It could definitely maybe have some cooler lighting, especially when you're talking about a higher-end GX that can push almost $85,000. But overall, I think it's going to satisfy most buyers. And guys, that's going to be it for our night review of this all-new 2024 Lexus GX 550. If you enjoyed watching this video, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're looking to buy a Lexus GX or any new vehicle, we'd encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. Now, the reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealership negotiation. If you'd like to take advantage of that, a link is provided in our video description, and we also have a pinned comment at the top of this video. And guys, that's where we're leaving off. If you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies. Good night.